Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to episode 2 of my journey into bowling. Now, this channel is going to be talking about me, an amateur bowler, and my journey going down league bowling and hopefully next year playing in an open championship. Now, the format of this show, I looked at my last video and I've decided what we're going to do is we're going to go on. I play 2 in 2 leagues. I play a Monday night league and I play a Wednesday night league. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on Monday and we're going to cover how I did on each one of those nights, what my average started at in week 1 and where my average ends at after week 3. Each week we will continue down the list to eventually where we're just talking about where I started and where I'm at on that week. Now, let's get into it. Monday nights. So, I've been in leagues for 3 weeks now, and when I went to my first Monday night league, I set my average because when you go in, you set your average over a 3-game block, and I set an average of 115. Now, when I first decided I was going to go into league bowling, is because I was doing recreational bowling, and man, I thought I was good. But you know what? It's different because on recreational bowling, you're bowling on one lane. On league night, lane to lane, frame to frame. So each lane is bowled on each frame is bowled on a different lane. Now, some people would say that's not a big deal, but if you take into account where the ball return is, that can affect where you throw the ball. If you take into account, you can have 2 lanes with the same all pattern. One can play tight, one can play loose. What that means is if it's playing tight, you got to stay up the center a little bit longer to get your ball further down the lane. And if it's playing loose, you're going to play some boards a little bit further out. If you're a righty, we're talking about into the kind of 27-30 board. Same if you're a lefty, it's just the opposite side. So what we're going to talk about real quick, we're going to go into week 1 on Mondays. Then we're going to jump into Wednesdays. And I'm going to talk about some of the tools that I use to keep track of everything. And then every week, I'm going to either feature something out of my arsenal, as well as something that I'm either using, not using anymore, why, and then I've got a nice little ball you can kind of see behind this one that we're going to get into by the end of this. Now, Monday nights, when I started, I set I think I just said that, but I started by setting an average of 115. And if you see me looking to the right, it's because I got everything right here. That way I can be 100% honest with you. And if I crap the bed, I'm going to let you know. So, 115 was night 1. When I went back the following week on Monday nights, I set an average of 139. And then when I went back this Monday, I bowled a 146. So just on averages from each night, we've seen that I have grown. I've gotten better. But what that overall means is I started out at a 115 and my average is now a 133 on Monday nights, which is an 18-point gain, which is what we want to see. We want to see growth, right? So whenever you set that first average, use it as a benchmark. It might be a tough pill to swallow to start off with, but if you use that as a benchmark, you can see your growth and it just helps keep you confident and going. Let's move on to Wednesdays. Wednesday, my first initial league average set was 121. Then I bowled a 163 average on week 2 and a 149 on week 3. What that did is it jumped my average to a overall 144. Now I started at 121, we're at 144. That is a gain of 23 points on Wednesday nights. Now, the reason I feel like I'm bowling better on Wednesday nights compared to Monday nights is Monday nights is a trio, Wednesday nights is a 4-person mixed team event. Me personally, I think having one extra bowler before it gets back to me does me good because starting off as a rec bowler, we find ourselves when we're at the alley trying to get through as many games as we can because we paid for an hour, you've paid for 2 hours, and it could be anywhere between 1 to 6 of you on a lane. Generally, it takes about 10 minutes a person to get through one game. So if you've got 6 people, there's an hour to go right there. So you find yourself rushing, getting up there just to try to get the ball down the lane. On Monday nights, I caught myself doing that, especially night one. Um, and you can see I'm getting better at not doing that as we go. And then Wednesday nights, having that extra person allows me to kind of calm down and just worry about bowling. So now that we've talked about Monday and Wednesday night leagues, let's talk a little bit about this ball, which I have up here. If you watched my first video, I'm talking about this ball. This is the Black Widow 3.0. It has an HK22 cover stock and the gas mask core in it. I'm not going to dig deep into details because I don't know too many myself. What you just heard me say is enough that I wanted to watch some reviews on it, see what it did on the lane, and then I decided I was going to go for it because I'm a two-handed bowler and I have a decent rev rate and I wanted to see how it worked for me. This ball has a heavy back end brake. You can get it down the lane, but once it catches friction, it's going to turn. So you really have to learn how to use this ball. Look, guys, I'm not going to lie. Being a two-handed bowler is a little different than being one-handed, but I've enjoyed it. These averages you're seeing are the averages I've set since I've started two-handed bowling, which has been about 3 months. So you're going along and learning something with me, and I'm able to shed some light on what I'm learning and what I'm learning not to do. Now, so we talked about a ball. Now I'm going to feature 2 or 3 products real quick. Before I dive down into it, all these products that I'm going to show you can be found at bowlersmart.com. There's going to be a link in my profile, as well as I hope to get it put in the description of this video. Use that link and you can go to Bowlersmart and save up to 70% on updating your equipment. Look, as an amateur, I'm not going to lie. You get it stuck in your head that it's your equipment. I will tell you this. Bowlersmart has allowed me to get my hands on cleaners and things like that even some of my older equipment that I've had for a long time, I'm able to extend the life and keep them clean and get them going down the lanes better and more like they came out of the box. It also gives me the opportunity to, when I want a new ball, I can get my hands on it. Even with the hammer effect, which just released today, Bowlersmart had it up there where you could go ahead and get it pre-ordered and shipped to you when it released. So look, I'm just going to tell you, I love Bowlersmart. Everything you've seen in this video and anything I've shown you or show you from here on out, know that that's where it came from. I don't get discounts there. I don't get anything like that. I put the link up. Yes, I make a small commission, and I mean small, like 2 or 3%, when someone buys something. That's going to help me grow this channel. That's going to help me bring better quality content. I do have some players lined up that want to come and talk to you guys on my channel. One guy has had success from winning an amateur challenge here in my hometown and went on to play in 1 or 2 PBA events. So that's someone I would love to bring his knowledge into you guys. That way he can talk to you about what it was like for him. I have another gentleman that is very much like me. He's really getting in there, learning. We're both going through some of the same experiences, and that's another guy I would love to get in here and talk to you. So whether you support my channel by liking and subscribing and sharing and telling people about this channel, use Bowlersmart to get your bowling balls and bowling equipment and cleaners. Man, I'm a firm believer that I'm not going to plug something unless I firmly believe in it, and I've used them, and I love using them, and I will continue to do so. Now let's move on to the next item besides the ball, and that is this. So this is the Power Plus Storm Glove with wrist support. It's very simple to use. You just kind of open it up, and you can see from the bottom the way it's designed. You actually just slide your hand in, and it leaves your fingers that you're going to use on a ball open. You just tighten it up, spin it around, and yes, even if you don't like Storm, it does have the big Storm on the hand and the advertisement. But this is a wrist support. Now you see this little patch right here, that is removable. Now I'm going to put it back on for a second. That way I can utilize this and let you know What it does is it allows you to grab the ball. Let me see if I can get my finger holes kind of up here. Here we go. So what I'm using to just spin my ball like that is the hammer uh, ball holder. It has ball bearings on it, which just allows you to kind of spin and help clean your ball. Now, as you can see, if we go into it, right, my hand is nice and flat. This is how I would normally hold my ball. So I would never use, and you can see that little protruding there. That's from the wrist support. I would never use these particular ones. I might just to test them out and let you know how they work. But you can pull this off, and I'm going to go to the most extreme option they offer. This nice little big bump just goes right here, right where I just had that other part at. And now, when you go put your hand down, it creates a spot where you can maintain the same ball grab pretty much every time, right? So let's spin this back around, find my holes, and just stick my fingers in. And now, if we look at it, there's more of a gap between my hand and the ball. So this is a cool little product that I can't wait to get to the lanes and actually give a shot. I got it mainly because this right here allows for a little bit more grip on my ball. That way, as I'm going to release it, it allows me to hold on to it a little bit better. This is USB-C certified. It will not disqualify you in tournaments or anything like that. So once again, this is a cool little item to have. I can't wait to, like I said, get it on the league or get it on the lanes and throw with it on. See how it actually works out for me. I've used something similar to this, not quite as good feeling as this one. It does give a good solid forearm support. Now, like I said, it comes with these. I also got this cool little, I'm a two-handed bowler. It's got two-handed bowler guy here, but hashtag you suck at bowling, right? It's just a little fun shirt to wear. But now for the big reveal. Obviously, you knew it was Motive. But there she is. I have the Motive Venom Shock here. And this is the newest ball in my arsenal. I'm going to get it drilled and see how it goes down the lane. Do I do ball reviews? No. Would I love to? Absolutely. So the idea when I get this ball drilled, and I'm going to do this with all the balls in my arsenal, is to let you know as an amateur how they work for me. I am a higher rev guy, so I'm going to let you know how they do with me with higher revs. If you're a lower rev person, take with how they act with me with a grain of salt, because being low rev, the ball is going to act differently on the lanes for you. Of course, I've got my hammer towel back there. I've got a new bag. It's over there next to the wall. It's a little bit hard and heavy to bring up because I've already got it with my balls and stuff in there. I would go in deeper. I did get the Hammer Tournament book bag, which can carry my MacBook Pro, my binder that's over here that I keep track of my scores, as well as my cleaning materials. And probably the coolest thing is right here. It's got these shoe pockets, so if I didn't have a bag that allowed me to store my shoes in it, that would do it. All right, guys, look, I'm going to end this video real quick, but I do want to say one thing before I get out of here. Remember that mental health matters. We've all known or had someone close to us, unfortunately, feel like they weren't important and may have done something stupid to us, but it might have been the only way they felt they had to get out. Be kind. Sometimes a phone call is all you need to let someone know that they're important. Let someone know that they belong here, that the world is better with them here than it is with them not. Too often we overlook people that show some of the most vivid signs. I mean, some of the happiest people in public are the ones that are the most miserable when they're in private. So, what I would ask of you is take the time, one, to be kind, one, to say hey to somebody, reach out to someone that you haven't talked to in a while, or someone that you're worried about. Just say, hey, how you doing? Just wanted to check on you. I just wanted to let you know that you're important to me. You doesn't even have to be anything mushy, gushy, all that stupid stuff. A simple hello goes a long way. Trust me, it goes a long way. I've been there. I have, yeah. It's knowing that people want you around, knowing that people are there for you, knowing that you mean something to someone. That's all it takes. Um, I'm not going to end this video on such a somber notice, um, but I will say one more thing before I get off the topic. If you are worried about someone doing something dumb, or if you're worried that someone just needs someone to talk to and you can't be there for them, there are resources out there, and I'm going to tag them in this description, the National Suicide Hotline, things like that. Give them that number. Don't think that you would be wrong for saying anything. Because you know what? Even if they don't think they need it, or they don't want you to know that they're there, you passing that number on might be all they need to reach out. So, on that note, let's get back to a little happier note. If you have any questions, concerns, or you want me to cover anything, please like, subscribe, put it in my comments. Everyone that commented on my last video, I did my absolute best, and I think I got to everyone responding. As this video or as this channel grows, I know that will be more complicated and more difficult, but I will do my best. If you comment, I will do my damnedest to make sure I respond back to you. I want everyone to be able to either take some of the info I'm learning myself and trying to pass it on to you and implement it into your own game, or take that as something not to do. That's what this whole thing is about. Is someone that's not a professional talking about a sport that we love. If you're watching this channel and you've made it this far, clearly you love the sport of bowling. I'm just a guy that works an everyday 9 to 5 job, and I do this to relieve stress. And I found a love and a passion, and it helps me step away and relieve stress. All I'm wanting to do is share that passion with you, share some of the knowledge that I'm gaining, and hopefully it'll help you in your game. I always love hearing from everyone that watches my videos. So please like, comment, subscribe. As this channel grows, like I said earlier, we're going to have some guests coming on here that hopefully can pass on some good knowledge to you. And yeah, don't forget, go check out that link. Like I said, yes, I am an affiliate for Bowlers Mart, but I'm not going to plug something that I don't believe in, and I firmly believe that they have great products. They're well priced. I've never had to wait too long for something unless it's customized. Like I have a jersey coming. It's got my name on the back. It's going to take a little bit longer than anything else. Give them a shot. So click that link in my description or my bio to cut over there and save up to 70% on your next bowling order, whether it be new equipment as in balls, shoes, wire brushes, or even just cleaners. They have it all. All right, guys, I hope you have a great one. I look forward to bringing episode 3 to you next Thursday. I'm going to do it after Monday and Wednesday's league. That way we can give you the best knowledge of what I've learned to do and what I've learned not to do. All right, until next time, be kind, be nice. It costs you nothing to send a text or say hello.